I do have.
So, I mean, it's looking good. Things are still coming in. I mean, we're the day after the entries and we still have like a lot of entries expected. A lot of our big people still haven't gotten their works to us yet. So I'm thinking it'll be okay.
At some point in November, we get a large box of books for every category that we're judging, and there's a real thrill to opening that up, to pulling the books out. They're all nice and new and shiny.
Is this today's haul?
This is today's haul. There's more here. There's more in the room next door. I haven't gone through it yet. I'm going to do that next, but so far it's looking really good. I'm like pretty sure I'm going to slice a wrist at some point.
Well, let's not go that far.
I might.
Boxes come every day, and the great thrill is opening them up and seeing what's coming in. Ooh, a new book.
We still have a long way to go.
We do have a long way to go. Okay.
Ah, hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
You're most welcome.
Good to see
Oh my
you.
God, what the
Thank
devil
you.
is this?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? It's books.
You got a book?
Yeah, you read from the AAP. Each of these books takes on a personality and a voice, and the voice says, read me, in a different voice. It's these voices here, the books for judging, that we have to consider.
Loving books has its risks as well. You accumulate a lot over the years. We've kind of colonized the cellar here. This is where most of them end up, in the back part of the cellar.
But I sort of like all the books in the corner, and I sit here. I have New York City outside my window, and I take a look at it and I start thinking, is this the one?
Since I'm sort of, as you can see, plugged into a reading world, I already have some idea of what are the good new books. Both the good and bad news is that 3/4 of all the books that were shipped to me I already had purchased.
Often I begin to form an opinion of a book as soon as I look at the table of contents, start reading the introduction.
And I want to emphasize that I give every single book an equal chance. I don't make any preconceptions. I have sneaking suspicions that some books might rise to the top.
And I can test what my ideas are in this area by talking to various academics and, like, what do you think of these books? How important are they?
You go in and you see a whole room full of brand new books, stacked nicely, neatly. You wander around and look at the other categories since you haven't seen them yet. So even before you start talking with the judges, with the other judges, and discussing the books, there's a kind of excitement to the room where we do the judging. It's 2 pretty intense days, but it's enormous fun.
Gather the assembled multitudes and welcome everybody to this year's judging for the PROSE Awards. This is a standard refrain, but it's true. We had more entries this year in the PROSE Awards than ever in our 39-year history. And so we have more work to do than ever, and we're going to get it done in the same period of time. So we're going to cram more work into less time, get it all done as we always do. It's a marathon, and thank you all for being here in person as we start this.
But you can't, you know, I had to narrow it down.
And neurophysiology, one at Princeton and one I think at...
This is a breath of fresh air. This is new.
Good book. Not that much has been done on this subject lately.
But I'm probing on it because I hear you I'm curious about it when I asked you.
Again, I think it's probably the most creative.
They feel that there's 2 sides to the coin. This is a really good book.
1 winner and 2 honorable mentions.
Took one small kernel of interesting information and developed a book around it.
There's an inbuilt problem here.
No, You know what?
From a trade perspective, that's a great book, and I would argue that
You should get something.
that it, right,
All right,
right.
yeah,
And
that's good. No,
but
that's
again,
good.
I'm
This is
looking
like
at
the gymnastics judging, or
Yeah.
ice skating judging.
Well, we
These are
don't want it
human.
to
We're
be.
making human judgments. We're probably going to be wrong some of the time. Hey, that's the way
Yeah,
it
but
is.
we're not crooked.
You do the best you can.
Please proceed.
This is going to be a very controversial presentation because the best book I had is it's a Dada science book. So you know how I score, right? I score 10 points for originality, 10 points for production. In other words, is it well put together? Does the book fall apart when you open it? Are the figures so small you can't see? You know, all those things, the color photos are smudged and so forth. And then finally, ease of readership. In other words, is it appealing to read?
No, it's not a problem. If it's the best book, it's the best book. But can you distinguish, could you just spend a minute distinguishing this from the other honorable mentions, for example?
And I think the quality is good. There were, in both psychology and philosophy, there were a lot of good books.
Well,
So
I think that what we do here is we're rewarding and awarding books that are groundbreaking in their way, or path-setting, or that create major additions to the scholarship. So I think you have we're looking to you to tell us which one would be.
I'm the one that the one that I really think I'm going for then is this one. This was my initial. This was my initial pick, and then I kind of backed off, and then I.
Why did you back off?
Well, because
My job as chairman is to keep the discussion moving and sometimes to probe so that we get a clear picture of which submission really is the
it
best.
crosses a couple of disciplines.
We want serious books. Yes, but that's not what we're promoting. I said, well, then tough. We still need serious books.
Well, we're going to have a discussion on
Are the Navajos and the Apaches, who are Athabascans, who came from British Columbia 1500, 1600. So that supports absolutely. They were there long ago, but they didn't migrate until relatively recently.
So I'm going to go for a winner here, and this is this book.
It's too esoteric.
It's a library book. See, that's the thing. You know, this is a bestseller, and quite rightly
That's
so.
right.
This will never
That's right.
be a bestseller, but by God, it's good.
All right, next year, we are making sure, where is Kate Calendo?
I'm right here.
We're done.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, so the extra drink tonight, on me. It was a rigorous first day of judging. I think everybody looks forward to getting together over dinner to blow off steam and sharing the camaraderie of what we do. The results here, and they become increasingly important as we get to the top 4 or 5 winners, they're a secret. They are not to be discussed.
We can be that committee, and we have been on occasion. Some of the books we picked, occasionally we've also given awards to books that can impact and alter the way society moves.
I'm voting for that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? How many judges are voting?
That's my vote.
Yep. 1, 2, Myers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 votes. That wins.
Okay.
That wins. So, okay. So that's it. Okay. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 votes for that.
That's a number.
Okay.
I vote for that one.
Okay, that's great. That's unanimous. Thank you.
I vote for
This wins. Oh, the material life. You're invited to vote.
Let the record show. One judge, not
Final process.
history of the science of birds, which is different.